Hello, nerds. Welcome to GeekBeast, part of the Geekish Network. This is your daily rundown of geek news from geeks like you. If you're new to our show, we cover the geek news beat and share our opinions with that. I'm your host, Chuck, and with me, I got Randy. Say what's up, Randy.
Yo, what's up, Geek Chuck, man, what are we talking about tonight?
Gonna be a little bit rusty because we're coming off a long weekend, a Memorial weekend in America. So let's just jump into this. Riot delays competitive League of Legends season after players voted to walk out. This is very interesting, Randy. So it's the esport. So Riot announced Tuesday that it's delaying the start of the summer season for competitive North American League of Legends after players recently voted overwhelmingly for a walkout. The League of Legends Championship Series, LCS, summer split was set to kick off on Thursday, but the start of the season is being pushed back by 2 weeks. The players who represented by the LCS Players Association got their union together. Smart move. They got it in there early. Voted to walk out following Riot's announcement that LCS teams wouldn't need to field an amateur group in the North America's League, starting with the summer season. In the days after, many teams said that they wouldn't field an NACL teams, with some citing the economic challenges of doing so. Players protested those decisions as it cuts off an important development pipeline for League of Legends talent.
So you got to explain this to me. What's going on here?
Hey, we need an amateurs league. We need an amateurs league. We need y'all to pay for it because we need to have a pipeline to bring in to raise up better players to continually be participant in this.
So are they saying that right now the competition isn't strong enough and they want some people to be in the amateur league? Then, as they get more practice, they get pulled up, kind of like baseball. You get pulled up
like baseball.
to the pro leagues.
Yeah, they're going to the pro league.
So why do they feel as though they need an amateur league?
Yeah, I've been following this. This is basically seeing Riot does Valorant too, right? So I've been following. So I've been really getting into just sort of the workings of all that stuff, the business side of it. So essentially, they have 3 leagues in LCS. League of Legends is actually the biggest esport. It's the biggest esport in the world. Like, this is huge because it's the biggest esport in the world. I think the only one's probably close as big as CS:GO, Counter-Strike.
Is Counter-Strike second? Wow.
Yeah, Counter-Strike just had their major. They showed maybe Dota is as big, but But the point is, like, LCS, no matter what, is the biggest, right? So they have, like, dude, there's so much, you know, so much interest, and they get millions of views, like, on their streams when they have the worlds. Um, so yeah, they have. So it's like tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. Tier 3 is like collegiate, and then tier 2 is supposedly like they call it challenger leagues. So you have a chance to, like, if you win there, you have a chance to actually go to tier 1.
Okay.
And then you're right, Randy, in the sense that they wanted to have like an amateur scene so that they could develop, you know, up and coming players. They can get a chance. So, for instance, if you ever heard of Faker, he's the biggest. He's like the Michael Jordan of LCS, like one of the biggest like esports players ever, right? And so there's no way that like it's like really really hard for somebody to crack that roster. But then, you know, there's other ways. So they want to provide things, but like the way Riot did it with Valorant was they didn't actually require the companies, the esports orgs, to actually have a tier 2 team. But the LCS League Championship Series, they required them to have a tier 2 scene. But the orgs were saying, hey, look, we're like bleeding money here. Help me out. Help us out. So then Riot was like, okay. And they've been asking them that for like years, probably, you know. And then Riot finally said, okay, we can do that. So, but predictably, the orgs were like, all right, they fired all the teams. They dissolved all the teams. So all these players that were making anywhere from like 2 to 4K a month, probably even more than that. Some of these player salaries that I've heard are crazy, dude. Like that guy Faker is probably making millions a year, right?
Easily.
Yeah. And then what happened is they basically were like, all right, you know what? See ya. And then basically all these teams. So imagine, like, this is all over the world. It's not just like North America. This is like all over the world. So I don't know the exact number of like how many teams and how players. So there's at least 5 players per team. Then and probably have like a 6-man and then coaches and staff.
They had like 8 players per team.
Yeah, and they just let them all go. They just let them all go because
everybody
they're like,
go, even tier
everyone. No, not tier 1, but tier 2.
Tier 2, yeah.
And then that's why the union was like, this is fucked up.
Yeah.
This is really really fucked up. You have all these people just got like literally bounced overnight. Like overnight they got bounced. And so they came out and they were like, hey man, this is not cool. And so then they all voted to walk out. Okay. Yeah. And so then today, and this happened like literally like yesterday. And then today, yeah, they were like saying, hey, look, we probably won't be able to have like a full season anymore. So, and they're like asking for scabs to come and play.
Oh.
Yeah. Like, and they're saying like, you can play from anywhere. You can play from your house. And then they got rid of the requirement, like your ranking requirement. So that in the tier 1 challengers leagues, you have to have a certain ranking as a player to even compete. And then they're like, no, we're getting rid of that. So they're like, just like any random person they're saying to play. And basically, so they could put this event on. And everybody's like, no. And then, so like, I think it's like good on them, man. Because like, they cut these guys like nothing, man. Yeah. And these kids are just like, hey man, I just want to be a pro player. Right. And it's like, it's up to these orgs and these companies like Riot to figure out a way to make it sustainable. Yeah. You know, it's not their fault that like they're not making it sustainable. They're out there playing these games like, hey, you know, like treat, and then like they treat them like, you know, like it happens all the time, man. Like I've been watching, and like I said, granted, I haven't only been watching it for a few months, but like the Valorant team, like they'll have a bad match and boo, just get cut. They'll just cut somebody, you know, and then they'll just replace them. So then, you know, these kids are like making like, you know, 20, some of them like 20 to 40,000 a month, dude.
Jeez.
Yeah. And so yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
On top of that too, a lot of these kids go to get higher education in, like in Korea and China, in Japan and other parts. They're getting $100,000 degrees and playing this esport. Yeah. Like, you know, you have a bad day. The captain of the team, the team owner's like, "Nah, we're cutting this person right now." Yeah. It's like LeBron having a bad 5 games and him getting cut immediately.
which would never happen, right? So I get what you're saying.
Yeah, and that's why they have that union, because they're like, hey, look, we got to be treated correctly.
You have
like,
to have some rights here, right?
Yeah,
you can't be out here just cutting us at your discretion without any notification, without any contracts, any of those things.
Logan Paul gets beat in the game, and he came on to do a guest stream, and y'all beat him, and he's like, I'm not giving y'all that $50,000 I promised, and they cut the player that beat him.
Yeah. And it's crazy because like since I started following it, like especially the Valorant scene, which is weird because like you can see, like I said, I think I said this last week too, with the Valorant esports scene, they're trying to learn from all the mistakes from all the other leagues. And they're trying to implement it with this, right? And so they're trying to like figure out ways to like revenue share. They're actually paying these companies. So like the league spots alone are worth like millions of dollars. So your spot within the league as an org is worth like millions of dollars, right? Because it's such a huge thing. So I think with Valorant, they're trying to, but like it's funny because I'm like following all the drama and like people getting cut, and then like it is insane how much freaking drama there is, because it's like somebody has a bad game and then they like start blaming somebody, and then the star player gets cut, and then like because of the whole crypto thing, because FaZe, TSM, like all these big orgs, they were backed by FTX.
FTX, yeah.
And this is a direct result of it too. This is like Riot. This is a whole part of it. This is all part of it. Is like that whole esports community is just bleeding money, right? So even like over the weekend, FaZe Clan, there's like one of the OGs from FaZe Clan came out. I think his name was FaZe Rain. He was coming out and he said that like he just exposed like how much FaZe has to pay. And this is let alone like Snoop's salary and Bronny's salary, right? He's just said like, here's all the esports teams. This is how much they have to pay per month. And it's like, between all the different leagues, it's like $1 million or so a month that they have to pay to just the players' salaries.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, I understand like these companies are bleeding money, so they had to get rid of something. But then at the same time, like they set up this system, and then all of a sudden you're just gonna cut these kids like it's worse than layoffs, right? Because it's like all of a sudden like they don't have any kind of severance. They just like all of a sudden they're out on the street, and like they had all their dreams to like go to tier 1. It's all fucked up. It's just all fucked up. And it's like, yeah, dude, Riot's owned by Tencent. It's like, yeah, figure it out, man. Figure out a way to do this more,
I'll literally print out billions of dollars.
Yeah, just figure out a better way to like be fucking human beings, man. It's just corporate greed, dude. Anyways. Yeah, so I don't know if that you follow that or not, if I explain it correctly, but that's what I kind of get. Yeah, but yeah, it's a big deal.
I thought it was like because they didn't pay the players, and they just didn't let them play. You said they cut the whole entire team loose.
Yeah, they cut the requirements. All they just dissolved, like they just disappeared. Like
not gonna play the D League. We're not gonna play them. We're not.
Yeah, which is good on them, man, because like. That shows that the players at the top have the power, and they're going to stick for it. And then even some of the collegiate people, they've said that collegiate teams have been approached, and the collegiate teams are like, "Nah, we're good. We're not gonna scab. We're not gonna cross the picking line." So,
good shit.
Yeah,
I'm all about fight the power.
Fight these billion-dollar companies
all the time.
The power, man.
All the time.
$30 million.
Yeah, man. I'm all about it. Fight the power.
I just found out like David Zaslav, he makes $38 million a year.
Yeah. I think we talked about that before. Yeah.
It's unbelievable, but also believable at the same time, right? Like
the bonus last year.
Huh?
He got a bonus.
What, for fucking up the whole
Exactly. Speaking of that, we're going to go into that right now. We're going to go into that right now. We got another article. We're going to move forward. Disney to remove dozens of series from Disney Plus, Hulu, including Big Shot, Willow, Y, and Dollface.
I just don't get why they feel the need to have to remove shows.
They don't want licensing agreements.
That's right. That's what it is. It's the license agreements. Because I was about to say it can't be the space. They get gigs on gigs for nothing.
Nothing.
It's licensing.
You know, it's just that they don't want to sit there. They know they have to re-up these shows, keep the streaming rights, and they have to re-up. They have to pay the people that own the show, the producers and the production companies that own these shows, and the studios that own these shows. And they're like, nah, it's not worth it. So they're getting rid of like the Mysterious Benedict Society, which is a decent kids show, Big Shot, Turner and Hooch, Willow, The Making of Willow, Just Beyond, The World According to Jeff Goldblum, which I love because he was high as a kite every episode in it.
I haven't seen it.
It was one of the first Disney Plus shows. They're like, hey, we got Jeff Goldblum. Let's give him a show and let him talk about
what is he doing?
So he's up there like, yo, how do y'all make ice cream here? And he's high as a kite. He's like, oh yeah, that's interesting.
Allegedly, man. I don't want Jeff
No, he's high as a kite.
I don't want him suing us.
Allegedly. Man, go watch the first 2 episodes of that. And it's like he smoked out. Smoking's not illegal in California. He smoked out and recorded this show. What's another one? Pistol, which I'm shocked to get rid of Pistol because Pistol is good. Dollface, The Quest, The Hot Zone, Why the Last Man. It's like everything they gave it one season and didn't work out. They're like, we're taking it off the network. It's like Bob Iger's like, all that shit that's under Chapek, take it off.
Yeah.
Take it off. That's what it's like.
Trying to erase his whole existence.
It's like it never happened. They had Disney fairy tale weddings where they had like wedding reality show. They're like, take that off, take it all off. Magic Camp, take it off. Be Our Chef, take it off. We don't want none of that. Timmy Failure, take it off.
I do wonder what are the cost savings for taking these shows off.
They probably like $300,000 for another 3 to 5 years. $300,000 to $500,000 for 3 to 5 years.
You think like with Disney though, that's not even. I mean, $300,000 to Disney is not even worth talking about. Bob Chapek is not. I'm not Bob Chapek, but what you got? He's not going to get involved. Yeah, for $300,000 savings. It's not.
But I think it's the block of them.
The like, block of them.
The block all the shows together, $300,000 each show.
Each show, okay, $300 each show. Yeah, that's there.
Each show. And so you have these large. Then you have to pay royalties if anybody watches it on Disney Plus. So if one person say that you're paying Disney Plus is what $9.99. So the service itself takes $5, right? So that leaves $4.99 to all the content you watch. So if you watch, say, The Quest, and you only watch like 5 episodes of The Quest and don't watch anything else, all your $4.99 goes to The Quest.
No, I get that. I was just $300,000. If it's each show, $300,000. That's
$300,000 per show.
Because you just named about 20 shows right there.
Yeah.
So
it's like $300,000 per show.
Yeah, if you can cut down a couple million.
Keep those shows for like 3 to 5 years though.
They're just cutting things everywhere which way they can right now, man.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
I mean, they got into the streaming business and they didn't know what they was getting into,
All my friends that said Netflix is dead, I'm reaching out to them and said, y'all remember y'all told me I needed to leave Netflix and it was going to die once Disney Plus hit? Where y'all at now?
Well, it was rumored before Disney Plus. Like, Disney was in negotiations. I don't know how far they got to buy Netflix. Mm-hmm. Those were rumors that were circulating around there. It was rumored that maybe even Amazon Prime would buy Netflix, but I guess they decided they wanted to go in their own direction.
I think Reed would sell.
Huh?
I don't think Reed would sell.
I don't know.
He's like the Zuck. I own the majority of shares. I make that decision. The company
owns the majority. He probably owns the largest.
He owns the largest. He has the largest say, and he split it amongst him and his founders, and they all voted in the block for him. When I was there, they said that like nobody go against Reed. None of his homies goes against Reed, and
that's possible. But it does. I mean, I don't want to get too corporate-y, but like it depends on like what's the class shares, those types of things.
Yeah,
they could still. I don't know. I don't know what the class of stock is for. Like Facebook. I know Facebook, you can't buy Facebook because the only shares for equity are Class B stock, and that's the shares that Mark Zuckerberg owns and that he gave out to all his homies and stuff. So, like, no company can ever buy Facebook.
That's the same thing with Netflix.
Yeah, so
Reed has him and his boys are like, nah, we go with Reed. We ride with Reed all day long.
but he's not even there anymore.
He's not there as a CEO.
Yeah.
And he's still there as consultant.
Yeah.
You know, he's still Reed. He still has his email at Netflix.
Probably always have that though.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure he's on all the documents because he has a Q&A document he answers every day.
Yeah, so
You can ask him anything any day. Right. So I can imagine that people are like, you know,
talking about it.
They probably shook up because the competition is really weak. Because the better streaming service you have, the better it is what our service could be. Competition is healthy, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And that we're watching Max turn into Max. We watch HBO turn into Cinemax,
which is weird. We
talked about
this extensively Friday. Yeah.
But now we're watching Disney cut shows from it and Hulu.
Yeah.
So they're cutting shows from both services.
And they're consolidating them, right? I thought they were consolidating them, and then they're going to cut some of them.
They're going to push it all into Disney Plus eventually.
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess the probably both services are cannibalizing each other too. Because you would think people that own Disney Plus also own Hulu, and apparently that's not a thing.
Yeah, it was. It was. Disney Hulu used to be Fox.
Yes.
Disney.
But when people are subscribed, when they're forced to purchase a subscription, they don't get both of them. They only get one.
Right. Yeah, I only have one. I have but I have an old contract, so I got mine through my cell phone provider. But when the merger went through, they didn't offer me the update. Like they didn't offer me Disney Plus and Hulu. I just still have Hulu.
I have Apple Plus through T-Mobile for a year.
Yeah.
It's probably gonna end soon too. I gotta check on that.
Yeah. I have the bundle. I have Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN.
Yeah, and I think we talked about, but you have commercials. See, my Hulu, I don't have commercials.
Yeah. I created a bundle without commercials.
Yeah.
And
now, I'm trying to think, would I take having all three of them for not having commercials? I don't know.
No. I'll tell you something. I don't even use my Hulu. I don't go on my Hulu. I watch Bob's Burgers. That's all I watch.
You can go on mine. You can use mine. Don't you have access to mine?
There's a few good things on Hulu that I checked
out. There are decent things on there.
Commercials.
But he don't like commercials. Just use mine.
Oh yeah, no commercials. Yeah.
I don't have commercials on mine. With my I had Sprint, which is now T-Mobile, but at the time it was Sprint, and it was just Hulu without commercials.
Yeah, I have commercials, and I'm like, I don't watch it. I watch Bob's Burger because I expected to have commercials. And they take the commercial breaks to give me commercials. I hate watching a movie on Hulu and it goes into a commercial. I want to throw my TV. I'm gonna throw something in my TV every time
I don't have commercials, so I don't know.
It's amazing how like conditioned we've come to like no commercials, right? It's like. Now even just like a 15-second ad on Twitch for like fuck.
And you are right, because we watched whatchamacallit, right? What did we watch last week on Binge Worthy? It was on
Mrs. Davis.
Yeah, Mrs. Davis. Well, anyway, my Peacock has commercials, and I was just like, I can't watch this shit. I already didn't like the show, and then I was getting mad because it was taking longer for it to get through it, and the commercials, and I was just getting so pissed off.
90 seconds or so. I remember when Hulu used to give you commercials in the very beginning, like give you 90 seconds of commercials in the very beginning. I'm good with that. 90 commercials at the very end. I'm good with that. But when you cut in the middle of my movie, I'm like, you motherfuckers, I ain't a basic bitch.
Remember when DVDs first came out and you couldn't skip the ads at the beginning?
Oh no, I don't remember. I guess I didn't have a DVD player there. Was that a thing?
Yeah, it was a thing. You couldn't skip you could skip the trailers, you couldn't skip the ads.
Oh damn!
All that stuff at the beginning of the DVD.
Yeah, I would have been pissed off. Like I just paid for something of my own and I got to watch commercials with this shit. Are you crazy? Yeah. Well, Max now rolled out their commercial option too, I think. You can get it with commercials, and I don't know if Netflix has done it as of yet. Though.
Not yet. Speaking of things, more things disappearing. Celebrity voices are disappearing from Amazon's Alexas. So celebrity voices are disappearing from Amazon Alexa, including the wildly popular voices of Shaquille O'Neal, Melissa McCarthy, and Samuel L. Jackson. Amazon jump-started the feature with Jackson in 2019, offering the option for consumers to download the actor's voice for just 99 cents, but recently increased the cost to $4.99. Right? So you done paid your $4.99. They're gonna take it away from you.
Yeah, so
that 2023.
Beginning in what you say? What did you say?
September 30th, 2023.
So how is it $4.99 monthly or annually?
No, it's $4.99 for the permanent cost of the buying it.
Oh, and they took it away. Yeah,
away.
That's shitty. That's shitty.
I paid $4.99. I better keep that voice.
Yeah, I don't have it. So yeah, but if I paid, I'd be like, y'all better get Shaq. You better get his goddamn people on or Sam Jackson.
The company has made spending cuts in recent months since Andy Jassy took over the CEO position in July of last year. He first criticized some of Amazon's investments, including that of its Alexa product, saying it lost the company $5 million in operating losses in recent years.
Because the licenses to retain those
earlier this year affecting 18,000 employees.
So the cost to retain those licenses with those people was higher than what they were making off that $4.99. So
yeah, they cut it off.
Yeah, I feel like they should, retain it, but don't offer it in addition. If you paid it already, you paid it already. Like it's not my fault y'all made bad pricing decisions.
I know when Google killed Stadia, they refunded all of us all our money.
I feel like they should. Yeah, I feel like they should. If you paid it, I wonder what contract. So they must have found something contractually. I mean, and it's only $4.99, which said they gave them the right to do it. Nobody's gonna sue for $4.99, but
no. I want my money back since I can't.
I would want my $4.99 back.
Get my $4.99 back. So interesting, right? Because there's a company called Steam. Steam's been cataloging video games for about over 20 years. Is that fair to say, Rodney? About 20 years. Steam has been in business for a long time.
Oh man, I feel like it's been longer than 20 years.
Yeah.
Right? It's got to be longer than 20 years. Let me look it up.
Yeah. They've been doing it for a while.
They made so much money over the years.
2003. Initial release, September 2003.
Oh, so they're coming up on their 20th. Yeah.
On their 20th year. They have not dropped a game from this service, I don't think. Unless the funk can prove me wrong, you can always download one of these games from Steam. Like if they pull it off, they'll give you at least you can download and keep it.
It's not just that. It's like I think they're going after not just Steam, but there's like they're going after like Google Play Store and like the App Store because there's a bunch of like emulators.
Yes.
Nintendo emulators that are on there that they're going after too.
Okay.
So yeah, this is crazy because they make a joke and then it's gonna get banned from Steam. I mean, that shows how Nintendo's stronger than Steam, right? Right.
Nintendo's strong.
Nintendo's strong, yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Nintendo can drop the same console 3 times in a 10-year period, and people think it's brand new every time they drop it. That's badass Nintendo.
That what
Badass,
that
dog.
what they're doing?
And they do it every. They treating the Switch like a DS. We got the DS, we got the DS Lite, we got the 3DS. Oh, we got the 3DS Max. They're just dropping it over and over again, and they give you the same game 5 years ago that was $59. It's still $59. The Funk used to tell me all the time. The Funk used to say it all the time. The Funk used to be like, Nintendo doesn't drop prices in games, Chuck. You might as well go and buy it now. They don't drop their price in games. And it's like they don't drop the price in their games. Game be 5 years old. You walk in the store, it'd be like $59.99 brand new. You're like, how's this game $59.99? It's like 5 years old.
That's crazy. I didn't know they did that. I went to go because Diablo IV is coming out like next week. Diablo IV is coming out next week, so I was like, man, I went to go look to see the price, and it's like $70 for the basic version. I'm like, man, I wish, and that's like a digital download. Like, I ain't getting a box, I ain't getting nothing. That's just a digital download.
Everybody asks me how much video games cost. I say each game is $100. The base price is $59 or $69, depending on which generation of console or PC you get it on. But when you buy the DLC to make the game feel complete, it's $100 game easily. $80 to $100. The Funk came in and said they've been many games delisted, but I don't think there's anything been fully cut off from being re-downloaded. I don't think so neither. I think you can re-download it once it's in your library. You just can't purchase it brand new anymore. Okay. He said Blizzard's always been on the forefront of raising prices of PC games. They are. They're about raising that price. They're like, oh, we're going to charge more for this one.
The leaders in the industry.
They are. And what they've done, what Blizzard has figured out is we'll perfect the game's mechanics until it's ready, then release it. They used to be that, like World of Warcraft was like, we're not going to release it till it's perfect. Then we release.
Yeah, Blizzard. When I was a huge fanboy, they were very much, their reputation was, we're not going to release it until it's ready.
So
you would wait years and years and years and years. But now it's like, especially with WoW, they're beta testing now. I'm playing WoW again, and they're beta testing us in live versions. They are making so many fucking changes on the fly. I'm not even kidding you. It's like every single week there's like a whole new patch note. It's like, oh, we're gonna change this, balance this, we're this and that. And it's like, man, I literally cannot keep track of it, can't keep up. Like, it's literally like, because I play a warlock, I main a warlock, and I always main a warlock ever since the beginning of WoW. And they just make all these changes, and like I'm used to playing one way, and then all of a sudden they just totally change it, and you like have to get used to playing another. And I'm like, yo, it's only been like 2 weeks, dude. Wow. It's just like literally like you can tell they're like, okay, we're just gonna release it and we'll fix it later. And it's just a lot of literally broken shit. Like it's so broken.
A lot of their old guard is gone because of all the allegations and all the scandals they got going on.
One guy just quit today too. He's head of the PvP. He just quit today.
The guard is gone, so you got a bunch of young kids that like, fuck it. They don't have the same loyalty. They weren't there to build the company. Yeah. We had the people that built the company. And
I think it's also Activision is pushing all the money. They're just like they're pushing whatever it takes to make money. So like even over the weekend, they released that they're gonna do the in-game token to buy a subscription using gold in Classic, in World Classic. So the whole community there is fucking pissed because now you're gonna have all these Chinese gold farmers ruining that game, and it's like, and then it's all just a money grab. It's just literally all just a money grab. Yeah, so.
It may all change when it falls on Microsoft may come in here and be like, "Yo, we got to clean all this shit up."
Yeah,
You know, we're gonna put this all on Azure cloud first of all.
they're gonna make a shit ton with Diablo 4 though.
Diablo 4.
They're gonna make so much fucking money with Diablo 4.
Now, speaking of Diablo 4, and they all the reviews are coming in for it, and all the reviews coming for Street Fighter 6. And Diablo's getting really good reviews.
Cool. Has it fallen off like the last one?
The last one was a game that got better over time because they did what Rodney was talking about. They were making changes as they're like Diablo 3 when it launched was but then said now it's like good.
Well, the last thing is like I will have to say like WoW Dragonflight, which is the latest expansion, is really good. It's really really good. It's probably one of the best expansions in a long time. So that there's to be fair, that's what it is. But yeah, Diablo 3, it's like iterate, but then they had like Warcraft 3 Reforged, which was really, really bad. They had like Diablo 2 Reforged, which was really, really bad and buggy. So like a lot of these games, and Overwatch, they're all this crazy shit with Overwatch too. That also came out last week that they're getting rid of this whole thing that they promised. They promised like PvE content.
Yes.
And they just came out saying like we're not doing it anymore. And so one of the lead designers, Kaplan, who was in charge of Overwatch 2, he left. And so they're thinking like, oh, that's probably why, because then the heads up were like, yeah, it's not making us money. Like concentrate on this stuff that makes us money. That's not going to make us money. And so so I think with Diablo 4, people are like really really wary because you're right. Lately, because of all the stuff, like Blizzard has really been bad in a lot of their like what they've been putting out. So not just like behind the scenes, like all the sexual harassment stuff, but like just like the product of the product. Just the quality of the product is like it went from like you said, like just like hugely polished, like great fucking games to these things where just like I can't believe this actually came out. Just broken.
Look at the money grab they're doing. They got how to get Diablo's 4 free items from KFC.
Yeah.
Literally, because they really did lean in this Kentucky Fried Chicken stuff, didn't they?
Well, they really did. I did. They got me.
Yeah.
They got me. I got that beta key because I got the Go to Hell promotion. They got me, but I don't know about this one. I don't know, man. It might be.
You can get them 5 in-game items they got right now. They got.
Let's look at what are they? What
are the 5 in-game? Probably some they're cosmetic items, so it's definitely some shit you don't need.
Oh, see, this is nothing, man. These aren't worth it.
And see?
Yeah, these aren't worth it. Unless, wait a minute. What are the stats on them?
Rodney's going to KFC tonight. Go get a heart attack on me. Trying to get these items for Diablo. Rodney's gonna be on.
Man.
You can write off the fried chicken too. Write it all off. You can write off these meals too, Rodney.
It's so crazy. I like how long we've been gamers, Chuck? Like I've been gamers for my whole life, and it's like
since the 80s.
And just I sometimes I stop and think to myself like the evolution of all this stuff, right? Like I never once thought I'd care about shit inside a game, right? And now it's like, yo, I think I gotta get that. Or like, yo, I gotta get that mount, right? Or
pay money for it. You take real money.
Yeah. Well, not only that, like they do this thing on Twitch where like they call them drops. If you watch a Twitch stream for a certain amount of time, you link your account. You link your Blizzard account or your WoW account or your Valorant account or your Fortnite account to Twitch. And then you watch these certain like streamers and they'll say like, okay, drops are enabled. So like when Valorant came out, I watched Pokemon for like 16 hours because I didn't watch her. I just had the browser up. And you get a key to the beta. You got a key to the beta, right? Yeah. And then you got in. So there's like all this stuff where like you get things like inside the game. So like I just got this WoW flying mount because I watched this one streamer because they were giving out these things, and it was just like it cost me nothing, but at the same time, it was like, all right, it's cool. But some of this stuff, like, yeah, like I just got Darth Maul in Fortnite. You know, yeah, Darth Maul is in Fortnite, and I was like, okay, I think I'll have to take it. And it wasn't even like a full on purchase. It was like you buy the pass. So it was literally like 1,000 V-Bucks, but like I didn't have enough V-Bucks, so I bought it. It was like $8. So it was $8, and then you had to do certain quests, and then you unlock Darth Maul. So now I had the Darth Maul skin. So I'm like, okay. And at first I was like, I probably shouldn't do this. It was like,
no, you should.
And I did it, and I'm like, like man, we've been gaming way too long. Imagine telling your young self this, Chuck. You were like, yo, Rod, Chuck, you know, you're gonna be spending money for stuff. It's not even. It's like real. It's like pixels. Yo, it's pixels.
Yeah, I had a friend today. She's like, you play video games? I said, yeah. Me and 90% of the world plays.
Yeah.
On the floor. I said, you know what the kids are doing in Uganda? Playing video games on their mobile devices. That's what 90% of the world is playing video games. She was like, I said, video game has made more millionaires than the rap industry right now.
I can believe that.
You know, streaming. I just watched Logan Paul do a rap song.
Oh Lord.
You know why?
That's not a good thing. That's not a good thing.
Make money off streaming.
Yeah.
YouTube is streaming, man. That's crazy.
Cool.
Man, no, man. I might have to get
KFC. He's about to go to KFC tonight. Oh man, we'll get into the crab pine story tomorrow. I don't know. Let's get into it now. We got.
Yeah, go for it.
Crab Hines unveils customizable sauce dispenser with more than 200 condiment combos for restaurants. It's kind of like the vending machine for condiments. For more than 125 years, Heinz bottles had 2 to 57 varieties, a number completely made up by its founder with little to no real application. Some people like Heinz 57, and they claim 57 flavors, but nobody's ever seen them. Now Kraft wants to offer customers more than 3 times that number of condiment options through a new customizable dispenser, similar to the soda dispensers these days.
I was about to say, like the one in the Wingstop, right?
Yeah,
they have everything. You like select it.
Orange, cream soda, peach, cream soda, strawberry, Sprite,
this is crazy.
Berry, Sprite, blueberry.
So what, you can just get all these versions of Heinz ketchup?
Heinz, every flavor. Heinz ketchup, hot sauce, barbecue sauce, mustard.
I didn't even know there's 200 condiment combos.
I do not neither.
Me neither.
Right. You may get mayonnaise, ketchup, and mustard all at the same time, and maybe that may be a combo. I don't know. I'm kind of curious. I kind of want to see what this machine looks like and see what happens when people make suicide. You know what suicides are? When you mix all the soft drinks together. Used to suicide, or unless it's the suicide of condiments. I don't know what that is. To make a customized sauce, consumers will use the touch screen to select the base, either ketchup, ranch, 57 sauce, or barbecue sauce. Add in enhancers that include jalapeno, smoked chipotle, buffalo, mango, and a set 1 of 3 intensity levels. So you can have buffalo, mango, jalapeno sauce. Ooh, that sounds delicious.
It does sound good.
It does sound delicious.
So, I think I'll go get the KFC Diablo stuff, and then take a trip to this condiment thing.
Rod, I have a question. Did you get
put all these condiments on, and I'll report back.
Did you get the Spider-Man Whopper?
I did not. I was thinking about it this weekend.
Go get it. I'm gonna go get it today.
I was thinking about it. This is Burger King, literally like 2 minutes away from my house.
Get it. I'm good. It's right up the street from me. It's
literally like 2 minutes, like not even 2 minutes away from me.
I can go to the street and get it.
I thought you were going to get it last week.
Yeah, y'all talked me out of it. You and Rakai talked me out of it. Y'all bad influence on me.
The Funk said I tried the Sweeps White Peach ginger ale. Liked it though. It trades pretty much all the bite from ginger ale for the mildly tangy sweetness of the peach.
I can see that. I can see that. I think ginger ale and peach ginger ale sounds good. It's not Fago peach though, because Fago peach was shit.
I love Fago peach soda.
Shit. Man, it was amazing.
It was. No, man, it's still around. They still got Fago. Yeah, he still got Fago peach soda. Fago, yeah, it's just a
blue soda, the blue drink.
The blue? I don't know.
They had this blue drink. Fago had this blue drink. I didn't know what it was neither.
Yeah.
You know, mom's like, I got peach Fago. But like, oh yeah.
It's just a Michigan soda company, you know.
Okay.
Yeah. That's how I grew up. So, you know, that's my shit.
Hold on. Can I do the next story, guys? Can I do the next story?
Lord. Go ahead.
White right wingers fully canceling their once holy Chick-fil-A.
Why are they canceling Chick-fil-A?
Man, see, ain't that curious? Aren't you curious about that? So far right activists have taken a shotgun approach to their supposed anti-woke crusade, and then some of the buckshot shrapnel has hit a favorite brand among religious conservatives, Chick-fil-A. The chicken sandwich chain has come under fire for daring to have a page and executive dedicated to diverse hiring programs, even though its inclusion initiative has been ongoing for years. However, the company has tripped into the wandering crosshairs of the far right earlier this year when the company introduced a cauliflower-based sandwich. The chicken sandwich chain is headed by the openly religious Cathy family. The conservative brand has long been a favorite among the right wing for its overt Christian sentiment, as well as its anti-LGBTQ donations of its founders. None of that seemed to stop some conservatives from calling for a boycott over having the option for a plant-based sandwich.
They're boycotting it because it's a plant. They're calling for a plant-based sandwich.
They're boycotting because the plant-based sandwich is one thing, but they're also boycotting because they have diverse hiring programs.
I can't.
It's like, hey, we need people of color. We need people that are non-binary. Can y'all come and work for us?
What's wrong with that?
Because it's not far right. The far right has a lot of cancel culture tendencies.
They do, and they're against cancel culture.
That's so funny. So they're against social cancel culture. They're like a lot of left-leaning people say, "Hey, we're not going to support that." The far right wants to put shit into law. The far right's like, "We're going to put this into law. That's how we cancel you, is in the law." But they'll be like, the left is cancel culture because they don't like something on Twitter. They're anti this thing on Twitter, but they let whoever say it can say it. You just can't say it on Twitter.
They're ridiculous.
It's totally real. Totally ridiculous.
Yeah, they're ridiculous.
Oh man.
I don't want to kill. I don't want to kill anybody, but
this is interesting. The far right's going to cancel Chick-fil-A. What would this do?
I love Chick-fil-A. Oh, Jesus, dude. I love Chick-fil-A. Really do.
You and everybody else does. They're anti-gay chicken.
You know, I do. I enjoy them, and they're the nicest people, man. I watched a Chick-fil-A person. It was a long line. This person was outside with a goddamn tablet in like freezing cold, walking up, taking my order, and was nice as shit. I mean, I was like, I'm so sorry they got you out. She was like, yeah, but it's okay. Would you like to have this upside? She was the nicest fucking person I ever met. It's like 10 degrees outside, and she just I was like, they're not playing this young lady enough. So
yeah, they're really nice. Their customer service are really nice.
I'm like, Lord.
What's so interesting about it is that the restaurants, the one at USC and UCLA, is owned by a black woman that's gay. He's lesbian. She's Christian, but that's probably about it. Interesting. It's interesting. They do have good ass chicken though.
Yeah, man, Chick-fil-A.
Nobody's ever doubted their chicken. I had somebody say it's okay. Like shit. I tell everybody it's chicken that has the place that tastes buds of men, because a lot of women are like it's okay. Some women are like it's amazing, like it's so good chicken. But a lot of them go it's okay. Ingrid's like it's okay. Like are you out your mind? That chicken is divine. Yeah. I would suffocate you for that chicken.
Not that good, but I do enjoy it.
It's good chicken, but yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting that the far right is going to cancel Chick-fil-A.
We shall see. We're about to go into a political year, so
I know it's gonna be a headache. It's gonna be the wildest year.
So everything is heightened a little bit, you know.
Yeah, maybe. I don't think it's gonna be heightened for the Democrats. They got Lazy Joe up in here.
It's gonna be heightened the same. Watch, there's gonna be a whole bunch of issues.
Yeah, we'll see. Well, that being said, this is not a political show. Anything you want to share with the people, Randy?
Tomorrow, the Binge-Worthy crew, we are watching season 3 of Ted Lasso. So we're gonna have Binge-Worthy at 10:30 Eastern time or 8:30 Eastern time, and then following that, we're gonna do Ted Lasso. So tune in for both of them.
Yeah. So we'll be doing Ted Lasso tomorrow. Shout out to Rodney for always being a great technical producer and director and holding us down and leveling us all about the esports, because esports is his thing.
Yes, I tell myself like I'm really surprised how much I've gotten into esports these days. So, like I feel like I watch more esports than I do sports now.
I was watching you play Diablo the other day.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, I was watching. I was like, look at Rodney. Look at Rodney over here. Shout out to Defunct for always curating our stories and keeping us tight. And
Defunct trying to get canceled in the chat. He says, "Hey, I want to get canceled. While technically amazing, I thought Ariel's vocals flourish were weird and not well motivated by actual lyrics. Defunct out here choosing violence."
I hear you, Defunct. I hear you. You also said it's like one of the best live action remakes they made out there. I think all those remakes suck. And Haley and Chloe, as much as I like looking at them, I don't care to see them in Little Mermaid.
I'm going to see it. And personally, I thought Beauty and the Beast was great, man. I don't know what the hell y'all talking about.
Oh, no.
I was going to see the live action version. It was great. Great.
I question your taste. We'll see what you think about Ted Lasso tomorrow. With that being out, shout out to you, Digital Click, and we'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace. Ted Lasso comes out tonight, right?